Guys, how are you? My name is Muhammad Ismail. I'm your American accent coach. First off, I would like to welcome all of you to this workshop. Let's start with the title of the workshop. Guys, which accent would you rather learn, the American accent or the British accent? Which one serves us best in the future? Why American accent?
Because it's popular, most popular.
It's most popular.
Yes.
Any other opinions? More practical. So if we want to learn the American accent, does that mean that we shouldn't worry about the British accent?
No.
Learning one accent is more than enough?
No.
So, Samia?
Maybe we have to study more than one language. To be more knowledgeable than, but maybe someone will prefer some accent to another. Maybe American accent that they said it is more popular and more population of the world speak.
Excellent. Who knows how many speakers all over the world speak the American accent and how many speak the British accent? No, do you know the number?
No.
Yes. Actually, guys, if you don't know, there are around 260 million American speakers all over the world. On the other hand, we have only 60 million people speaking the British accent. Okay, so if this tells us anything, it is that the American accent is the most common accent all over the world, right? But that doesn't mean, again, that you shouldn't know the differences between the American accent and the British accent. Okay, guys? Why do we need to know all the differences between the different accents? In order to communicate with other people, in order to make communication easier for you, right? Now, if you don't know the differences, the process of communicating with different people of different accents will be a lot more difficult. Okay, guys? Come in. It's okay.
I thought you said at 5.
At 4. It's okay. You can sit here, Albert.
Oh, there?
No, here. Okay, guys. So, who can tell us some of the differences between the British accent and the American accent when it comes to vowels? Yes.
Like they make the word shorter, and they like.
Who make
the British.
The British? They make the word shorter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Like it's not.
Okay, guys. So a word like this one, how do we pronounce it in the British accent? No. Yes. You guys, one by one, raise your hands, please. Yes, Abed.
Most.
The British accent, no. 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 So it's a little. Your lips are a little narrower than they are in the American accent. So we say most. Most. In the American accent, on the other hand, we say it with a little rounder lips. So we say, for example, most. Okay? We don't say most, because this way you are ruining the consonant itself after the vowel, which is the s. If you say most, the s will sound like soft, which is wrong. Okay? So you have to make it smooth and soft. Mo, not mo. So the s will stay the same. So we say most. Now, this one.
In British?
Yes.
Clear.
No. Abed?
Clear.
No, actually it is clear. Now, British English is considered a non-rhotic language. What do we mean by non-rhotic language? It means the letter R is not pronounced in the British accent. Okay? We only pronounce it when it's followed by a vowel. So, for example, a word like rest, it's not allowed to drop the R here. Okay? So other than this environment, we don't pronounce the R in the British accent. In the American accent, on the other hand, it's always pronounced. It's okay. Now, what's the difference between sound and letter? How many letters does English have?
26.
26. How many of them are consonants? Consonants. They're 21. So we're left with only 5 vowel sounds. Vowel letters. Now these are the vowel and consonant letters. How about the sounds? If we have 5 vowel letters, how many vowel sounds do we have?
44. 44.
No.
20.
No. We have 16 vowel sounds. Okay? We'll take all of them. Now, consonants, we have 21 consonant letter. How many consonant sounds do we have? We have 24. Okay? So, if this tells us anything, it tells us that it's not about what you see written, it's about how it is pronounced. For example, the letter C. How many possible ways to pronounce it? Either S or K. So C is considered a letter, while S and K are considered sounds. Ch is a sound, it's not a letter. It's a combination of 2 letters, T and Ch. T and Ch. Now guys, who can tell us intonation? What's your understanding of the word intonation?
Intonation?
Yes.
The way that we speak.
The way we go up and down in our voice while we speak. Why is it important to know something about intonation?
It's different, the whole meaning.
It changes the whole meaning. Excellent. So words alone are never enough to convey your messages. You need to go up and down your pitch. The pitch should go up and down to express different thoughts, different emotions, and different feelings. Okay, words alone can never express these things. Okay, guys? Now, in reading, what tells you when to stop and when to continue and when to pause and when to go up or down? Punctuation. Now, intonation is exactly like punctuation, but in speech. Okay? It tells the listener when you are stopping, when you're asking a question, when you're making a statement, and when your thoughts are finished or not finished. Okay? We do all of these. We do all of this using proper intonation. Now, liaison, which is word connection. What is liaison?
The connection between
The words.
The words. How do we usually connect them? Now, if I say, I want to do that, this is connection?
No.
If I make it a little faster, I want to do that, this is connection?
Yeah.
No. This is more speed. Connection is when you try to interlink the words together. We do that in 3 ways. It's either if the first word, for example, when we want to connect 2 words, if the first word ends in a consonant, is it possible to connect with another word that starts with a consonant?
No.
It is possible. For example, if I say, where did you go? Where did you go? Who can read it slowly first? Yes, Abed.
Where did you go?
Where did you go? This is linked?
No.
No. So if we say it a little faster, where did you go? Did I link anything?
No.
I didn't link anything. I just said it a little faster. So how do we connect here? For example, where we can connect it with did, right? So did is shorter by turning it into just an apostrophe D. So it becomes where and you and go. Now it's not possible to link you with go here, but it's possible again to link D with you with the Y. How do we link it? We turn the first sound, which is D, into J, okay? And almost the Y drops completely. It's not even pronounced. So we say, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you get it? Where'd you find it? Okay? So this is connection. Where'd you go? You need to know all of these because the American accent is a little so rapid and so fast, so you will know all the things that are being uttered in front of you. Now, we have also, this is connection between consonant and consonant. How can we connect consonant plus vowel? If the first word ends in a consonant and the next word starts with a vowel, sorry. So, if I say, for example, the important, did I link it?
No.
So how do I link it? All of it. Again?
Important?
No, all of it with the article.
The important.
This is not linked. If I say the important, no matter how fast I say it, it's still not linked. So here we have vowel and plus vowel. Okay, we'll come to consonant plus vowel later. Vowel plus vowel, I can't say the important. I need another thing like a consonant that can link the two vowels together. Now what's this consonant? In English we have something called semivowels. So these two semivowels are used to link vowels together because you need something that sounds a little like a consonant. You can't connect a vowel with a vowel by putting another vowel in the middle. Okay? So we have two things called yeah and wa. Now with the first sound, the third vowel sound is a sister of E, we usually use yeah. If the first sound is a sister of O, we usually use wa. So here it's a sister of E, so we link them using yeah. So we say the important, not the important, the important. Okay guys? Again, this becomes part of this word. So it's as if you're writing it like this. The important. In faster speech, it sounds like the important. The important. Now, if I say, for example, this one, this is consonant plus vowel. This, if we have one of the two sounds, consonant, there's no need to insert any semivowel. Okay? So how do we link this phrase? If I say at ease, it's not linked. So at ease or at ease. So again, the first sound becomes part of the next word. So the first word becomes a, and the second one becomes ease. So at ease. At ease. In American English, it sounds like at ease. Now pronunciation. We talked about vowels, consonants, syllable. Who can tell me what a syllable is?
How many parts the word contains?
How many parts a word contains? How can we count them? Guys, one by one. Yes, Ala. Nasreen.
The number of vowels in the word.
The number of vowels. So if you have a word, for example, like read.
Read.
How many vowels does it have? It has two vowels. But how many syllables? So we're not concerned here with the written vowels. We're more concerned with the pronounced ones. So every pronounced vowel is considered one syllable. So here we have two vowels, but they're pronounced only as one sound. So we say this word is made up of only one syllable. Right again. We have vowel and vowel. This one is not pronounced, so we don't say it has two syllables because it has two vowels. We say it has one syllable because one of them only is pronounced. Okay? You need to understand the syllables. Why do we need syllables? Because at times, we'll get some examples later. At times when you stress the wrong syllable in the word, you might deliver a different meaning. Okay? Sometimes you have the same word. For example, import. This very word can be a verb or a noun, depending on where you put the stress. Okay? So, usually words made up of two syllables, if you stress the second syllable, it becomes a verb. If you stress the first syllable, it is a noun. So, who can stress the first syllable? Yes, Ala? Import. And the second syllable? Import. Okay? So if we say import, this is a verb. If we say import, this is a noun. So that's why you need to know how many syllables a word has and how to apply the stress on the correct syllable. Now guys, Although America has many regional pronunciation differences, the accent you will learn is that of standard American English as spoken and understood by the majority of educated native speakers in the United States. Okay, so that tells us one thing, which is in the United States we have more than one accent. We call them regional accents. They're usually almost 10 accents. Now, they have a few differences, but the thing is, the accent you will learn is understood by most of them. So we call this accent you're gonna learn the broadcasting accent. Okay, the common accent, the accent you hear in the news, the same accent you hear in movies, the same accent you hear in TV shows, in your TV series, okay? All of these, they use this standard American accent. Now, we have something called vowels and we have something called diphthongs. Who knows what a diphthong is?
It's
Nasreen?
two vowels.
Yes?
And more than one vowel, they make another sound.
So if we say that the word I just gave you, read, it has EA.
No,
So this is a diphthong? Okay. So, in other words, when a sound is made up of two vowel sounds, okay, we call this one a diphthong or a double vowel. Like who can give us examples?
Could you repeat the idea, please?
When a sound is made up of two vowels, we consider this sound a diphthong. Okay? Oil. Oil is, how many vowels does it have? One vowel. But this vowel, the way of articulating this vowel includes two vowel sounds, which is, for example, O plus. Yeah. So the second vowel, let's say, is always a semi-vowel. The one I just gave you, which is yeah or wa. Other diphthongs we have, for example, in the word house. How many vowels do we have here? We have only one vowel sound, not letters. So ow, it's one vowel, but it's made up of two sounds, which is also O or A plus wa. So diphthongs in general, they either end with ya or wa. And if you end up pronouncing these sounds without pronouncing the second part of it, it's considered wrong. Okay? So for example, when you want to pronounce this word, how do you pronounce it? It's not go, it's go. So what's the difference between go and go? Only the second part of the sound. So notice my lips here. If you say go, do you see any changes here? No. But when I say go, what happens? My lips close together to pronounce or to articulate the second vowel sound. Okay? O. If you say or make is wrong because you're pronouncing a. A is just one sound. But when you say a, your lower jaw goes up to articulate the second part of the vowel. So a. Okay? Now guys, who can read those words? Yes, Abed?
Play, gay, pay, fail, main.
Excellent. So, Abed, do you think fail and main have the same vowel?
Fail, no.
Why? What's wrong?
Fail and main.
What's the difference?
Fail.
They're the same. Okay? But when we say, for example, bait and fail, are they different or are they the same?
No, they're
The same? Actually, this one and this one are the same. But this one and this one are a little different. Why are they a little different? Because of the context of the sound itself. For example, here, A is followed by L sound. So this L sound doesn't affect the preceding sound. Okay? While this T sound, it affects the preceding sound. It makes it a little shorter. Okay? So this one we don't say bait, we say bait. And this one we don't say fail, we say fail. Okay? Fail. So this one is longer than this one. The same sound, but one is shorter than the other. We'll get to take all differences with the different environments and contexts of these sounds in the course, God willing. This one, guys, who can read them? Someone else, I need other volunteers. Yes, please.
Last, apple, add, can, answer, press.
Excellent. So, but if you want to work a little bit harder on this sound to sound a little more native, you have to make it a little sharper. And you have to stress all the words. Don't say them like in a very like relaxed manner. You have to make it a little explosive. So instead of saying last, apple, add, make it a little stronger. So, not last, apple. This is Arabic voice, let's say. If you want to make it a little more American, you have to make it a little more explosive. So instead of last, we say last. Okay? Of course, in rapid speech, it gets a little easier and a little like faster and lower. But we're concerned here with the way you pronounce those individual words. Once you master them, you can just like integrate them in your speech, no problem. So last,
Apple,
apple,
add,
add, it has to come from here.
add,
Can, answer, and class. Excellent. This one, guys. Yes, Abed.
Stop, block, farm, want, army, possible, got.
Got. Now, how different are these words in the British accent? So this one we don't say stop, we say stop. We don't say lock, we say lock. We don't say farm, we say no. Actually, it's the same because it's followed by R. When it's followed by R, we don't have any difference between the American accent and the British accent. So farm we can't say form. Okay. So when it's followed by R, it stays the same between the two accents. This one want in a British accent it is want. This one army the same because it's followed by R. This one possible in British accent it's possible. And this one got in British accent it is got. Now this sound, guys. Yes, Amani.
Apologize, computer, collaborate.
It's not that good. Who can pronounce it? Naji.
Apology, computer, collaborate.
Actually, you're giving this sound. This is considered the weakest sound in the English language. Okay? So you shouldn't give it any importance or any stress. So you have to move directly to what follows. So we don't say about. When you say about, you're stressing the sound, which is wrong. So we say about. So it's exactly as if it's not there. So like you're saying bout, but you just add a very short vowel at the beginning. So bout, about, about. Okay? Here, like apology, apology, apology. So all the stress goes directly onto apology. Here, we say computer. And we don't stress this first sound, we say computer. So it's as if saying pewter, but pewter. So you don't put any stress on the first syllable. Here, collaborate. So collaborate. Collaborate. All the stress goes directly to what comes after. This one, guys, who can pronounce them? Someone else. Yes, Amani.
For another.
Oh, this is author.
Other. Also. So. For.
It's wrong. In American accent, we have two pronunciations, guys. We have two accents. Either British accent or American accent. Okay, you have to choose one. Because if you don't choose one, the impression you will leave with anyone you're speaking English to is not going to be that good. Okay? That will reflect badly on you. Because you don't know which sounds to use. Okay? You have to be consistent to use the same sounds. You either choose British accent or American accent. So here we say, in British accent it's all. In American accent it's all. We don't have this sound in American accent. We don't say O. Any sound that's similar to O, except for that O, which is the diphthong, turns into A in American accent. So instead of all, instead of fall, instead of author, instead of also, and instead of thought. So British accent is thought, and in American accent is thought. This one, thought, British accent, American accent, thought. This is the same, guys. we have to show the two sounds. Go, slow, so, those, we can't say so. So is neither British nor American. So you have to show the next sound. So it's not so, it's so. You have to close your lips at the end. So go, slow, so, those, pose, moment. Okay, guys? This one is like the schwa, the shortest and the weakest sound we just talked about, but it's followed by R. So it's a little bit longer. So we don't say work, we say work. First. Early, were, and earn, and the last one is occur. This is I. And also, this rule I just gave you applies to all those diphthongs, double vowels. It depends on what comes next. Okay, so here, for example, 9 is not the same length as night. Which is longer and which is shorter?
9.
Night? 9 is longer. While night, we don't say night, we say night. So night and 9. We can't say here 9. Okay? The same here. Okay, guys, who can read the first sentence? But try in a connected way. Yes, Abed?
The handsome man lost his baggage after his travels.
So some mistakes. Who can read it in a better way? Yes, Ala.
The handsome man lost his baggage after his travels.
Almost, but we have to be consistent here. What's the recurring sound in most of these words? Recurring sound that is occurring often and often. So which sound is common among these words? It's a. So here, a. No, this one is different. A, and a. So all of these should sound a. Okay? You have to practice this so you will be consistent. So we say the handsome, the D here is silent. The handsome man lost his baggage. We don't say baggage. You have to give it its worth. So the same length. We don't say baggage, we say baggage. So the handsome man lost his baggage after his travels. After his travels. The second one. Who can read the second one? Yes, miss.
John is positive that his car was parked in that lot.
Beautiful. All of these sounds, they have a, but you need to give it a little more explosion. Okay, so we say John, because this is the difference in, we have something called voice quality. You have to change this Arabic quality of your voice and try to make it into an English one. So John is positive that his car was parked in that lot. In that lot. Now the next one. Yes, miss.
Paula was doing laundry all day long.
So what's the common sound? It's ah here, ah here, ah here, and ah here. The U here is silent. We don't say Paula, we say Paula. Paula, just one sound. So we say Paula was doing laundry all day long. Paula was doing laundry all day long. Now, if you notice how I speak this sentence, how I say it, I don't rest my tongue until I get to the end of the sentence. So if you say Paula was doing, you're exerting more effort. You're tiring your tongue, let's say, okay? So you need to keep your tongue ready for what's coming next, okay? So you just need keep it a little tense. So say Paula was doing laundry. Keep your tongue moving. Paula was doing laundry all day long, all day long. This one, what were the first words that girl learned? Okay, so you say it in a little faster way. You say, what were the first words that girl learned? Okay, without resting your tongue. What were the first words that girl learned? Who can try it? Yes, Abed?
What were the first words that girl learned?
Yes, but you need to stress the main words.
Words.
So, what were the first words that girl learned? Okay, so you have to go up and down. If you say it like all of it without indicating different stresses, this will show that you are speaking in a very flat tone of voice. Okay, and this way you'll end up sounding like a machine. You need to talk in a very expressive way, showing a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, anger, happiness. Okay, you need to sound like expressively. Now, what's so special about the American R? Yes, okay. Yes, Abed.
Strong. They say it
How strong?
like the word rest. They say rest.
Yes.
They give it like.
So the sound is like an echo. It has an echo to it. It has like resonance. Okay, if you say rest, this is the Arabic R. So there's a way to articulate the sound in which you have to engage your tongue a lot, especially the tip of the tongue. That is the front part of your tongue. Okay, so it has to be strong enough to roll back to sound resonant. Okay, so we don't say rest, we say rest. Okay, it has to sound so strong like this one. So who can read these ones? Yes, Abed.
Rest, doctor, far, operator.
Here we don't say operator, we stress the first syllable. So we say operator. But this one, it needs to be a little like more resonant. So instead of far, you say far. You see this deep sound, this resonant sound, you say far. Now, the more practice you give it, the stronger your tongue will become, and it'll happen automatically. Whenever you see the letter R, the tip of your tongue will roll back, okay, producing this sound. So say rest, and doctor, far, operator. Now the dark L. Who knows? How many L's do we have in the English language? We have 2 L's. Rania, what are they?
Dark L and
The light L. What's the difference between them?
the dark L usually comes in the middle of the sentence.
No, I mean, what's the difference in pronunciation? The light L is pronounced L. Okay? The dark L is pronounced L. Okay? So it's almost like the R. It engages the tongue a little more. In British accent, how many types do we have? We have 2. Light L and dark L. Light L comes usually before a vowel. So we don't say please. We say please. Okay? We don't say, for example, lack. We say lack. This is British. In American accent, we don't have something called the light L. We have only the dark L. So wherever you see the L, it's a strong one. So here we pronounce them like. Who can do it? Yes, miss. Yes.
Lack.
No, American, the dark one.
Lack.
Stronger. Lack.
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 Milk.
Milk. Excellent.
Cloud.
Cloud.
Skull.
Skull.
Clear.
And clear. Clear. So we say lack, milk, cloud, skull, and clear.